Ooh, experience.
Lae'zel, I've been waiting. You are named Hashalak. Bend your head, for my blade is ready.
We were named heretics.
Please, summon Vlaakith. There's much...
Irrelevant, Gake wretch. The Queen has spoken. Your death is decreed.
You realize what Lae'zel doesn't? Whatever the outcome of your visit to the astral prism, Vlaakith had no intention of letting either of you live.
He was right.
Very interesting. See, now this is an interesting. This is a cool
literally
character arc.
She literally already declared our death before
Before we
even
got
came back. So that was just always going to happen. I can't believe I was always right about the Gith every time I've ever spoken. Who would have thought? Also, every time you're like, see, I was right, you almost always change what you're saying.
No, I was right.
You
I
almost
literally
always
knew.
say a new thing every time you
I
say
did
it.
not.
I was right.
Just that I literally said that the game wasn't going to let us kill him, and that something else was going to come of it, which is true.
Let these recordings be his condemnation.
Oh my god. I wanted to be clear. I never said Vlaakith wouldn't turn on us.
I didn't say that either. I'm just saying that every time you say "see," you then follow it up with a thing you've never said before.
That's not true. I
You've been
literally
doing it most
did
of the
say.
playthrough. It's so noticeable.
No, literally just now, I said the guy. It's not gonna let us kill him. Something's gonna happen, and it's gonna turn on us, and it's gonna turn out maybe he was lying to us, and literally all of those things turned out to be true.
Yep. Did you sneak attack? Oh god, damn it! I forgot to review the sneak attack rules again because people keep explaining how it doesn't make any sense how it's explained. And I guess part of the rule is that there kind of is a flanking thing going on from what I have remember from 3.5 or whatever, which is that like in 5, I guess like if there's another ally within 5 feet and you're fighting an enemy that you don't have disadvantage against, then you can sneak attack them. So if you attack somebody, then I can attack the same person with a sneak attack almost all the time, even without like knocking them over or doing all these other extra steps. So I can stop ruining Asterion by spending almost every turn accidentally like trying to hide and then remembering that hide uses my action and then I don't get a turn and then the hide also not working and then just losing my mind slowly when in the way that would be easily resolved in a normal D&D game by being able to talk to a dungeon master about how my character works and also how the move's gonna work.
Yeah.
This game's
From
like,
what I understand,
this game will
you
be
don't
like,
need to
oh,
be...
you want to press a button? Are you sure? It's never like, are you sure about that? That'll ruin your life.
From what I understand, you don't need to be sneaking in order to do sneak attack. That's the thing. Yeah. That's weird.
Well, the description of sneak attack that it gives on its own is that it deals extra damage against a foe you have advantage against. So sneak attack never mentions stealth, but being in stealth does give you advantage on somebody. So it's one of the ways of doing it. One of my other main moves is that almost every fight I can do like a thing called flourish, which knocks somebody off balance, which gives me advantage against them. But that's a bonus action once per short rest. So I've been like spending resources to try to create advantage over and over again because I'm trying to like make the game work well, make my character work. And it turns out it's literally as simple as like if I just attack the same person you're attacking, half the time that's enough.
Yeah.
Angie. Anyway.
Here we go again.
Wow, 14 damage. Cool owlbear. How is it still his turn? What does he have left? Oh wait, I guess he's gonna walk around. Oh, rallied. I read that as condition railed. It's like, damn. Okay. What just okay? What just happened?
I have no idea.
Life is over. Received and gained, lost. Let's see. Mind Steel Link. Being drained by Wars. Receive -2 penalty on armor class and is vulnerable to psychic damage. Condition ends when affected entity damages. If you hit Shiraz, then you'll lose the Mind Link debuff.
Yeah.
But only for yourself, I think. Is that the same guy we were just fighting? Okay. Oh, he teleported. Okay. I thought he cloned. I was confused. The number of icons next to Kant's portrait. I ain't reading all that. Sorry that happened, or happy for you. Jesus Christ. There's like 10. Some of them have stacks.
I'm glad you came to your senses. Now leave before the others come for us.
That's an interesting response to have. That we came
Who
to our
just said that?
senses. That was our guy. Brain Man.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, see, look, the game just puts us on a fucking path.
It's just,
this is like...
He says came to our senses, but all we did was not get all we did was decide we didn't want to die when everyone attacked us, which is not the same thing.
Come on, can't stay idle.
Get punched. You ready to parry this?
I've missed this. Still breathing, despite everything.
Why didn't I get sneak attack?
Some fun.
Available next turn. What? Okay, I'm confused about D&D again. I don't understand. Sneak attack says available next turn. But it's listed like little whipply arrows cooldown thing says per turn? Doesn't that mean you can use it once per turn?
I have no idea.
Do you have any skills that are per turn?
I mean, technically all of them? I have no idea.
I don't know. I have no idea. It just says available next turn, and I'm like, but I used it last turn, and it says per turn, and what the fuck?
I could really use healing.
It's so hard to figure out how to play this game sometimes. Let's see. The saving grace of D&D at a table is that either the person running the game can give you an answer, or you'll just all collectively play the game wrong because none of you know how it works, and that's also kind of fine. It's the how the fuck. It's the
I think
why
this
isn't the
game
working
is also
confusion that I struggle with.
This game is also unique because on top of being like 5e, it's not actually tabletop 5e. It's like 5e with edits to make it work in a video game, which is very, very different. So like there are a lot of
like when I
weird
summon
little
the
things
fireball,
that,
it breaks the rules of the game.
Yeah, it's a different method than it works in the tabletop, which is interesting.
Loser.
Nice.
Time to move. Sometimes the only way out is through.
Oh, I didn't realize that person was right there. Oh well.
Stop.
That was a bad move for him.
Stop.
Oh, he's trying to be away from Lae'zel.
Oh, I have a skill called Crushing Flight. Yeah. That's
He's
fun.
dead.
Just stomping the shit out of this man.
Oh, I thought I was good, but I'm not.
There we go.
Nice.
Oh, I love that the owlbear's jump is replaced with an attack.
Here you go. I got you an item.
That is enjoyable. What has happened? Strange conduit ring. While concentrating on a spell, the wearer's weapon attacks deal an additional 1 to 4 psychic damage. Well, he does literally have a non-magical ring slot still, so it's better than nothing.
Never a dull moment.
But if I'm engaging in melee with that character, something's wrong.
Sure, but it's still nice to have.
Yeah, it makes him less trash if he ever hits. But he's so bad at that.
These guys have some studded leather armor, 12 armor class. Is that better than what Asterion has?
Asterion is wearing light 11.
Okay, well, this guy, Raider Kirath, has better light armor then.
Neat. Now I have the artifact. All of its spines got extended. They weren't like that before, were they? The artifact got very stabby.
I think it was like that before.
With like 6-inch spikes coming out of every end? Seems like a lot.
I also have Gith half plate. Maybe your character can wear. It's 15 armor class, medium armor.
Someone there?
I can't check what my character's wearing because he's transformed. The fun limitation to have for no reason.
Vlaakith. Vlaakith! I have wielded your fury as a blade, roared your wrath as a dragon. You promised ascension. Yet I crawl among my own people, low as an asp's belly. Shkageth! I followed your path. What good? This heart of stone, for it to be shattered.
Cool character arc.
He's a poet.
She tests me. A trial of faith. Kalir prepared me. Only the heaviest souls soar to the astral. Yes. Yes. I might gain Vlaakith's favor yet.
Lae'zel, no. I don't think that an entire creche was slaughtered to be a test in your journey.
We're enemies of our own people now. It can't be undone.
Silence! I must think.
Very interesting. I like this. This is a neat little character journey for her to be on.
She has bad news for her in every possible way. Ooh, these are lootable. Oh, wow, the empty crates were empty. I guess it was right there in the name. All right, of short rests. Our poor broken bodies.
Stuff.
Well, sure would have been.
We cannot fast travel.
It's something got a lot easier to steal. No, I think we have to fight our way back out in order to continue. Or go deeper. But either way, our all of our stats and healths and things are all in a rough place at the moment.
It's fine. We're fine.
Fine. Everything's fine. I wish I could turn into a spellcaster and cast healing spells without losing a transformation. Because I have a lot of health on this owlbear right now, and would like to not lose that.
Wondering if we can go through this corridor down here and find a way out that is not going to be horrible for us. If we can sneak out of this area,
so
we
many
might be able
potions. All right.
the dimension door as well.
Asterian's gonna have an upset tummy. Can you get a tummy ache from healing potions?
Alright, we cannot get through here. What is this?
Enjoy answering that question, audience.
The question is, can I Misty Step? I cannot Misty Step through the portal. Energy Stone. Can I break the Energy Stone?
If thou readst this, Tress, lest your life be forfeit.
Lest your life be forfeit.
There we go.
Oh.
Our life seems pretty forfeit already. So.
Yeah, we're already working on that. Oh, the Dawnbreaker. It just does a comedy nut shot to you if you walk into its path. It's actually a mistranslation. It's the Dawnbreaker.
Wouldn't that be great? Nice.
It's like, wow, just the cheering up we all needed. Thanks, funny trap. I've almost forgotten that my religion was a lie and that my entire culture wants me dead.
Oh, fun. We have to find where are the crystals?
In each room.
Yeah, this is a quirky little puzzle.
There's one way down there in the next room.
Yeah, that I think I would have to throw something to.
And there's a secret back tunnel over here. Yep.
I've got a long road ahead. Light on my feet.
Oh, let's see.
Watch the shadows.
Path's interrupted. Oh, there's a back tunnel, you said.
Yep.
Let's go over here.
I'm very smart.
Smart. This is so much fun.
Please attack it.
This.
Instead of thinking about attacking it. There you go. Did that. I should ungroup my guys before the owlbear walks directly into a trap.
Mm-hmm. Let me disarm this because I get advantage.
And the next one's down off the cliff. That seems safe. Just gonna take a little bit. There we go.
Alright, hold on. There's stuff in here.
Astarion and Canth are best buds during combat. And only during combat.
The Blood of Lathander crest panel.
Well, this
Probably
is the laughing
save
guy?
before we touch the scary thing.
This is the fucking laughing storyline?
I guess so. There is a crystal over here that I'm going to try to destroy.
What could go wrong?
Why can she not throw right there? This is not a hard thing to throw.
It's a morning star.
Maybe we'll give
Let's
it
see.
to Shadowheart. That could be cool.
The blood of Lathander, Gith Yankee Crash. We bested the secret chamber's traps. Explore Rosemore and Monastery. The blood. We found an oddly shaped crest that belonged to a high priest of Lathander. Perhaps it can help us find the blood of Lathander. The fake artifact was also part of this quest.
In this room.
Was this the laughing guy or something else?
I don't know. I don't remember. He wanted me to bring him somewhere. I don't know if he wanted the blood of Lathander. I think he's just commenting on it, but let's check. What does this do?
Who will suffer the least consequences for
Insert
clicking on
item.
This? Ah.
Oh, maybe we need to put the amber here.
I don't think the amber. I think there's something older. It says, we found an oddly shaped crest that belongs to a high priest of Lathander. It was like one of the older entries in the series.
Lathander's crest. Didn't I give that to you? Don't you have that?
Does this game have a... Oh, there... Oh, okay, it does have a search. Thank God. They know me. No results for him. Check his inventory.
Yeah, I have no crest in my inventory. Is that what it was called? I thought I gave it to Wolfthorn.
I typed crest now. An unusually shaped crest bears the markings of Lathander and High Priest. It's called.
Yeah, so you're gonna want to put
It's called the Dawn Master's crest.
Okay, well put it in the crest panel.
Go.
An ornate mace hovers before you, suspended in a shaft brilliant light. A fist-sized piece of amber flecked with crimson is set in the handle, emitting a radiance all its own. This mace certainly has a very unusual design.
Wow. Thanks for your insight, Astarion. Touch it, touch it, touch it. Lick it, lick it.
You recall all the measures meant to keep you from reaching this place. Taking this mace would surely lead to something quite disastrous.
What's the worst that could happen? Lae'zel disapproves.
I did destroy a crystal, so maybe we're safe.
Oh. 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 That's not a good sound.
And Astarion was instantly vaporized.
What? Oh, it's that.
Oh, firing the lance.
Yay! Context. Oh, it's turning back towards us.
Is turning down.
Wait, is it gonna blow up the monastery? Or the creche? Is it pointing down at us?
All within these walls are doomed to destruction unless you act.
Oh my god.
Wait, did you touch the mace or press the crest panel?
What?
I told you to put the crest in the crest panel.
I probably did it wrong.
You clicked the mace, didn't you? Okay, that's why. Fucking reload and put the crest into the crest panel.
Well, we got to see what the thing was for.
We did.
Cool. Now
But we do want to fire.
Now we
fire
finally
the
know
lance.
what the scary, weird thing was for that I thought was for shooting dragons down or something.
I think it is for shooting other things down too. I think we need the mace to do that. All right.
Let's see here.
Give me a second. Let me destroy the crystal down here before we do anything.
Oh. There it is. Yeah, and hopefully alt only shows the mace, it doesn't show the other thing. Let's see. So yeah, it didn't give me the prompt to put a thing in a thing. It just started the dialogue. Let's see here. What's the worst that could happen?
He looks so proud of himself. I just realized he's just wearing his clothes right now, isn't he?
Well, I toggled off the aesthetic of his other gear. Instead of his leather armor, I put him in purple. They're not his clothes, though. I found them in the Githyanki base.
Oh, gotcha.
The Blood of Lathander, 6 to 14. 1d6 plus 2 bludgeoning, plus 2 acid, 1d4 radiant. Those might be from other things on my character, I'm not sure. Lathander's Blessing. Once per long rest, when your hit points are reduced to 0, you regain 2 to 12 hit points. Oh, reading what the thing does.
Yes, I didn't mean to do that. I just realized we can teleport out of here.
We found our exit. Once per long rest with a heal, allies within 30 feet will also regain 1d6 hit points. Lathander's Light sheds holy light on a 20-foot radius. In combat, fiends and undead standing in the light are blinded unless they succeed at a Constitution saving throw. Weapon enhancement +3. It also comes with the Sunbeam evocation spell for level 6. There's a lot happening on one mace. Jesus Christ.
That could be a
This is not a finesse weapon.
yeah, that could be a good weapon for Shadowheart, because she's using bludgeoning weapons, but also is a cleric and benefits from all of those things.
This is a lot of cleric-y things. It's very cleric core. Let's see. I don't know when Astarion ended up with the artifact. Alright, well, we survived. So that's good.
Yeah.
And let's see, how do we react? Was that like a laser? Was that portal just for the laser, or what? A portal opened during the bad ending version.
It just happened with the it only happened with the laser.
Yeah.
It connected all the pieces.
I'm like, open the portal up. I want to teleport outside. That's helpful. Blip. Well, I guess I didn't need to use all those healing potions on Astarion after all.
That's fine. You win some, you lose some. There'll be plenty of healing potions where we're going.
Yeah, I just thought we were gonna have to fight our way out or something. But we were too cool at Indiana Jonesing it. Wow. Surprisingly quiet night. Everyone just sighed at the same time, mysteriously.
Look at this, 4,500 experience. So we only need 400 more to gain a level up. It seems pretty nice.
That was
We're
a
doing
decent
okay
chunk
on
right
gold. A whole bunch of stuff.
Let's see. Put this conduit ring on instead of having nothing on. When one of your cantrips does anything cool, you get to be cool. Oop. Where are we going?
I was gonna sell stuff and then pop back into camp and then sell stuff and then pop back into camp.
Nope. Now I'm in this camp. The entire camp moved.
It says I cannot fast travel right now. And I cannot leave camp.
What?
What? What?
Does someone need talkies?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't see anyone who needs talking.
I don't fast travel right now.
What the hell?
I think we've overstayed our welcome in this place. If we ever truly had one to begin with, we should leave.
Where's this place? What does that mean?
Just what I need.
Oh no, are we like glitched out?
Taught that Inquisitor a very valuable lesson. Won't be ambushing anyone else in a hurry, or doing anything else.
This is fun. We have to leave this in the playthrough so that the developers know.
I don't...
We're trapped. We're not supposed to be able to leave. So I think I need to press the leave camp button so that we're outside of camp before before we transition locations.
I think we just permanently trapped ourselves in like a camp pocket dimension that we can never leave now.
I mean, you can make a new save that isn't an auto save and then try to load it and see if it fixes the flag.
This is just our strange harem at the end of the world.
Either way, we should probably reload right after you get the blood of Lathander and then fast travel out rather than go into camp first and then camp after fast traveling out.
New save. Uh-oh.
No. All right.
Let's see. The manual save called uh-oh. Of whatever the fuck this is. Okay, so let's go back to Lathanderville. There we go. I don't think we were supposed to do that. I don't think we're supposed to be able to leave.
Well, where there's a toaster, there's a way. So I'm gonna make it. You got the thing, right? You got it?
I have the mace.
Okay.
Nope.
Let's make this easy. Let's go to Trelta Crags.
Let's be quick.
What?
There we go.
I guess
We're
it's
outside.
weird. I should have read that before canceling it. I don't know what it said.
Read what before you canceled it?
I got an extremely long, complicated error message about why I couldn't do it for some reason. And I think it even said like the game's restraints or something like that. And I kind of just reflexively cleared it because I'm like, go away. Now I don't know why I couldn't do the thing.
It just said one or more player denied this request. That's all.
Nope.
I think.
I think this might just be the way in we took.
Whoa.
Wait, where is this?
How did this? Why did it port us to our camp? And we can't leave camp. What? What?
I think we need to like.
Supreme King.
Oh.
Has Vlaakith sent you to slay me with your own blade?
I've not come to kill you, Lae'zel. I've come to aid you.
What?
Don't trust him.
I guess this bugged out.
This
didn't
must have
happen?
been what was happening. It wanted us to long rest again.
My blade rests. Mother Gith compels you to listen.
Well. Isn't this the guy that killed us before in the dragon bridge
Yes.
scene?
This is the asshole Gith that was like,
But now he's like, aha, you're also a heretic now.
yes.
He was clearly acting out of turn.
My ear is yours.
I know you carry the astral prism, Lae'zel. Within it lies the seed of Vlaakith's demise, and I intend to help you bring it to fruition.
Oh, this suddenly became so interesting.
Skaketh. I should run you through for suggesting it.
I don't like the Gith language. I don't like hearing
I love the way it
English-speaking
sounds.
human voice actors awkwardly go in the middle of a sentence, and like, there's in-universe language that feels very natural, and there's in-universe language that feels incredibly awkward for the voice actors to say, and this is not The Expanse.
Vlaakith is my queen. Why would I want to end her?
Because her throne rests on lies, more than 100 Gith scholars could count in a lifetime. I will
Spelling
share
mistake.
but two. The Zaith Isk does not purify, it extracts memory and kills the infected. Nor does the Lich Queen glorify the Ascended. She feeds on most all of them to grow her power and pursue godhood.
No. I don't believe it.
Your doubt does not make it any less true, child. The Prism's tenant alone has the power to end Vlaakith's tyranny. I've sought their freedom for eons. When the Prism went missing, I feared the worst. Lae'zel, together we will break our chains and be Vlaakith's slaves no longer.
Madness. You flood me with this heresy. I will hear no more of it.
I don't want her to turn on me, so... Who is the person inside the prism? No, maybe I'll choose this one. Vlaakith's led us astray. I believe him, and so should you. Lae'zel approves!
I served Vlaakith the whole of my life. Learned her words, fought her battles, yet she names me her Sharlak. Your words carry truth. I will meet you in Baldur's Gate. Do not make me regret it.
Lae'zel, I see Talak Magir in you, sister in freedom. Together we will be our people's light. Take this. It is a Quanith, a psionic detector. The Queen's warriors hunt you. The Quanith will sound you out when you come near their portals. Hear its cry and prepare for battle, or slip away. I should go. Vlaakith's gaze pierces the seas and skies. She believes me loyal, and I can't afford her mistrust. Keep the astral prism close. Let no one take it from you. Slay any who try. Now to Baldur's Gate. I'll be waiting, Lae'zel.
See, this is a fascinating character arc we have now constructed.
She thought she was so clever the way that she specifically sent us in to kill the person that's protecting us, then ordered us killed when we returned so that the facts of the situation would never actually be resolved or understood. Yeah. And we would just all of our problems would be taken out in one go.
Mm-hmm. And I really like this. I like this like apostate storyline, right? Because Lae'zel goes in a true believer, comes out into even bargain with her belief, right? Like she basically believes that no, this is a test. This is yet another test on my quest. And then basically that night, the guy who killed us before, who didn't trust us, because in that cutscene, don't forget, Lae'zel literally is like, I'm loyal to Vlaakith. Like, immediately all of those actions make sense if he's trying to come across as loyal to her, but also doesn't trust Vlaakith. So all of a sudden he shows up here, and now we have an ally. Like, and Lae'zel is forced to confront the betrayal of Vlaakith and stuff. So even though we had to go in and hurt the guy that's protecting us, even though ultimately the game won't let us murder him because, again, it needs him to be there for plot reasons, and we need him to be alive for us to be alive. We've now constructed a really interesting arc where now our characters can confront the horrible situation that they've been put in, and Lae'zel has to deal with her dogmatic adherence to a religion that no longer welcomes her. Like, that's cool. This is cool writing. I like this.
It's very good when the game accounts for like every possible little outcome and crevice and so on.
Yeah.
Akin to the absurdity of getting murdered by Astarion, being revived, and then confronting him over your murder and nonsense like that.
Yeah,
cool. I look at this, I'm a little like, I look at this game in horror slightly because it's directly in contrast with Password, where we're we're even further into that game when you compare how much story has happened, and that game isn't being taken over by large amounts of dungeon delving and combat. Mm-hmm. So it's just the contrast in how these games spend their time. It's like, yes, you can just tell a whole story that is character driven and so on in that time. You can just do that. It's not like, oh, we didn't have time, or oh, you have to be more invested, or this or that. It's like no, just the games can do this, stories can do this. It's just a game that spends its time well versus a game that doesn't, and so on.
Well, I think one of the cool things about this game is that like there's an incredible amount of text in this game. This game is very verbose, but it still manages to do so much with so little. Yeah. We are not even out of Act 1, and we have had characters go through full-ass character arcs that you would not be able to expect from previous, like, whole games to construct, which is cool.
This is paradoxically a game with a mountain of text while also still following a lot of, like, AAA game rule kind of things, where it's like, there's a lot of text, but also no conversation will ever be 10 minutes long, and no document will ever be more than 2 pages long. Like, because they're also... Because video games are also terrified of having large amounts of text at once, so it's doing it all where it has to all be economical
very
and
brief.
paced, or else.
Yeah. And one of the things I want to mention here, which is kind of what I was getting at earlier without saying it, is like there are choices that I want to make as my character, and then like choices that I would not argue for as Toaster the person, right? Like Toaster the person strolls into this room, and my dream person that is protecting me from the slug in my brain says, "Don't trust the Gith." Toaster the person is not going to give that to the Gith, right? But my character, Canth, the way that we've been role-playing him is like, he's a soldier, he listens to orders, things generally work out for him, even if it's a violent and bloody end. The violent and bloody end is not bad for him. He gets paid, he gets what he wants, he does his thing. So obviously using that knowledge of like, well, maybe it'll work out. We have this thing that we're going to get towards. Lae'zel has been frustrating to deal with, but she has been mostly right about a lot of the things that she's guessed. It makes sense that my character would betray the dream man and try to obey Vlaakith. It doesn't hurt him in the end that, I mean, maybe our dream guy doesn't like us, but then that sets up a cool character arc of like, all right, what can we do to get back into his good graces? And like, now I'm forced to realize that I don't have the power that I think I have. And then you add all of that to the Vlaakith stuff of like Vlaakith turning on you. And it's very much a moment
of like, congratulations, now everyone hates you.
Yes.
The person that keeping you alive doesn't trust you anymore.
Yeah. But now we're at our character's like lowest points here, heading into Act 2, which is just kind of good story writing at the moment. Is like, it's gonna set us up for a really interesting set of conflicts as we move forward in the plot. But on top of that, we now have like an actual Ludonarrative reason to change the reason why we're role-playing and change how we're role-playing. My character fought his way to the crush, obeyed the Gith, obeyed Lae'zel, like has been a staunch and stalwart warrior who has solved all of his problems with violence, only to have it turned on him, and for his only real comrade to be like, in the cosmological sense, this dream warrior to turn on him and say, I can't trust you, which hurts. That sucks. Violence didn't work there. You're not going to be able to kill him. The dialogue choice literally said the target was unkillable. And then on top of that, now Lae'zel, we just forced the only person that we like super deeply care about in this playthrough from my character's perspective into a literal crisis of faith, with the silver lining that someone who we as in the Gith respected as a Kithrak showed up to us and said, hey, we have a chance to be the breakers of bonds. This is going to suck for you, but this is the actual story of your life now. You were never going to be, Vlaakith's ascended pure paladin. You were going to be the person that broke the chains because that last story you lived is a lie. And that can now apply to Canth too. Why would Canth murder anyone that he runs up against now when he is at his lowest point as a result of those actions? We have now constructed a character arc that is enforced in the gameplay and Ludonarrative. We have reasons to change the way we roleplay and change the way we interact with things. That's fucking cool. Most RPGs aren't good at even that. That kicks ass.
There's often a lack of through line to what's even happening narratively and thematically and so on. The reason I started laughing was because my dumb brain immediately connected, like, your dog is easy to kill. He doesn't trust you anymore, and dumb shit like that.
Yeah.
When I said that earlier, and I just cut myself off because I'm like lost my mind a little bit. My issue with the choice is that it was very much a single player choice, in that it just like okay, well, Canth has a whole arc here. Wolfthorn was off camera essentially through the entirety of that. Like, it's not really just like, for considering that's a choice about the character you literally customize at the beginning of the game, it was a little bit like, oh, someone can just go in and just do this whole cutscene separately and the other person's just cut out because they didn't click on the door, and there's no argument over who the leader is, or like I made my own version of that character and I don't like resolve that scene differently or with you or anything, so that's a little awkwardly implemented there. And so far, Wolfthorn's arc is just that so many people have tried to harvest things out of his body that now sometimes when people ask to harvest something from his body, they're actually like, oh wait, you don't have that anymore, you're useless to me. Like, he is so drained of vitals that there's people who literally can't take more from him when they try. And that's most of what's happened to him, which is kind of a metaphor for being a folk hero. But damn, I wasn't going for the Kiki's delivery service burnout storyline.
I think it's funny. I mean, when you construct it that way, like, your storyline is it's about a person who has been put in a bad situation and is forced to consistently give up things to attempt to improve his situation. But unfortunately, life doesn't work that way, and often it is sacrifice for the sake of sacrifice. Which is kind of cool too. It's kind of an interesting plot line. But I am wondering if maybe the Dream Visitor will be different for you, because as far as I can tell, yes, that was a breakpoint in the game, but we have both spoken to NPCs before where they commit to doing something to you and it gives us like attitude adjustment. But then I talk to them and it's like they've never spoken to me before ever.
Yeah.
So I'm curious.
He might not see me as the person that tried to stab him. I think it's like
Yes.
50-50 sometimes on which characters act that way. It was very interesting just seeing you talk to him and have him show up as your appearance. And that be a thing my character sees, because it wasn't the same thing as those private visions. So it acknowledges in my game that he looks different to other people.
But yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting playing this game where the role-playing choices of your character are very different than your knowledge as a player, which is generally how I try to play role-playing games. Like, outside of the metagaming of like, yeah, I'm pretty sure this option will progress the plot, or like, I don't think this option is going to result in what it signposts because it's a video game. It's cool that I'm able to play this character, Canth, and be like, this is how this Gith soldier would react in this moment, and actually get payoff for it instead of having to like hand wave it and be like, well, my character wasn't happy with that outcome. It's like, no, my character's a fucking character arc now. Like that's cool. Right. And that's what I've been trying to construct the whole time, which is like interesting and fun. Like, I like when a game lets you build stuff like that, because I'm not making choices willy-nilly. I'm like trying to pick things that I think will be interesting.
When I play tabletop RPGs, I try very hard to never ever make a gameplay choice based on what's smart for the game, like to win it or anything. Like, I actively just do things that the character is like motivated to do, or what they would be thinking at the time, and actively try to never metagame or think about like what is smart or helpful outside of just basic logistics of like, sometimes you have to make certain nonsensical choices just to not actively antagonize your dungeon master by making it like by wandering off into a different planet solo and so on, which is like, I've been at tables where I'm like, okay, no, I need to stop because I'm going to like branch the story or like strain it in a crazy way, or like the number one out of character choice I make in tabletop RPGs is the core conceit of most Western RPGs in general that barely makes sense, which is the concept of the party, and how rarely the party makes sense. That this group of people is hanging out and spending their days together and somehow sticking together for days or weeks. And you're like, unless you like set up a Suicide Squad premise or some shit like that, there's often not a lot of reason for this exact group of people to be sticking together. And one of the things I have to just swallow is often ignoring that, because if I acknowledge my character's motivations in a way that breaks the party, then the dungeon master like can't like make the game work at some point.
Yeah, I think it's interesting too, because you see in the comments and stuff, people are like, I see people often say like, you guys are splitting up so much. If a combat encounter happens, and like, what you need to be able to do is like Keith, you need to cast guidance on Toaster, and Toaster needs to put up like arms of wisdom to do this, and like all these other things before you encounter, so that you start the fight most optimally. And I'm like, yes, that is what I would do in a single player experience where I'm just trying to get through the game and like maximize my rewards. But that's also the most uninteresting way to play the game. It's like, that is genuinely
it's boring and tedious and overly methodical, and it reminds me of it's the comments I get every time I play a Bethesda game, and they're like, you're not like mass looting everything and mass selling everything and doing a bunch of really irritating, tedious, boring, like busy work tasks that the game technically incentivizes you to do by putting it all here, but it makes you focus on the least interesting parts of the game to min-max everything every second of the game. And I'm actively trying to make a show. Like, I hate that whole approach.
Well, exactly. That's the part of it. And people, I'm sure people in the comments are going to be like, I can't believe Toaster's loyal to Vlaakith. And it's like, I'm not. Like, if as a human being, I'm not going to follow the evil frog queen. Like, that's not how it works. But playing the game and being able to justify to yourself in your character's perspective, like, speaking frankly, Toaster, the person, fully understands that the Dream Visitor is the good path through the game that 99.9% of players are going to go through because they are playing optimally.
At least until he actually does KOTOR betray you or something.
Yes, exactly.
But he hasn't done anything yet. He's just helping us, and literally is the only reason we're alive.
Exactly. But from my character's perspective, if I'm playing this from his logical point of view, basically, I have no way to confirm anything in universe. My character has like 9 intellect. Like, I'm not like a master manipulator. I'm a fucking soldier. So of course I'm gonna be like, dude, you're telling me that you would do anything and I have to trust you and that you're the one saving me. For all I know, you've been whispering in my ear, taking credit for shit that I have no fucking way to guarantee. We are all taking your words on faith.
Our characters are so stupid.
Yeah. And
Astarion
it's
has
fun.
13, Lae'zel has 10, and both of us have 8 intellect.
Yeah.
We're literally less intelligent than average like the average NPC you meet in this game.
My character does not critically think. Like canonically, he is a soldier. So this is what I'm saying that makes it interesting is that, like, yes, Toaster the person 30 minutes ago would not have argued with you about, like, what do you mean? Of course he's the good guy. I know he's the fucking good guy. He's the dream visitor that's in the promotional material. Maybe way at the end it's revealed that he's a mind flayer who's trying to make his culture stronger, and it's going to be a piss turn. Whatever. I get that can happen. But in terms of creating the structure of a video game and a story, 99% of players are going to take the path of least resistance. That is the path of least resistance. That is the good path. That's how video games are designed. Doing the good thing very often actually ends up being easier than doing the hard thing, even if it proposes immediate hurdles and challenges, because the rewards outpace the benefit of whatever rewards you get for just, like, killing people and, like, doing the bad stuff. However, from my character's perspective, making these mistakes is the more interesting character choice, and arguing for those mistakes allows you to, like, get your head in the space of that character that would make them. And I think that more people should give RPGs a try like that, because it's very interesting to play that way.
I think you get betrayed by the idea of that when you try to play video games, and almost always you can't functionally role play. Like, you can't make up a character like, my character he just really hates clothes, and if you smell bad, he kills you, or whatever. Just make up weird nonsense rules for your character. Immediately, like, the narrative is just like, are you good or bad? And those are the two characters you can play, basically.
Yes.
And
yes,
so almost
exactly.
every RPG has no space for that, whereas a tabletop RPG, you could just go fucking wild and make a sandals and whatnot.
Yeah.
But as far as the dream guy,
like how Sandals is the character you jump to.
He's a lot. Sandals is so much, and Sandals is not a character you can play in a video game.
It's true, you can't play Sandals.
No. But my expectation of the dream guy, partly informed by just the, like, on a, like, a tropesy sort of way of just, like, narrative, thinking about narrative and so on, like, and what would be the most interesting thing. I kind of intuitively expect that he's going to be a character that is good aligned and doing something that is overall a good thing on some level, but views you as a necessary pawn in a way that I think we're going to in some way feel betrayed and used by the end of this, and maybe even sacrificed, or even like he's just like someone who's literally not capable of curing us, so just following his arc doesn't in any way he can't actually save us from the mind flayers, and never had a plan for doing that because it just wasn't what was important, and so on. Sort of riffing on Planescape and some other things, like there's characters that are from various factions and betray, on the service level, are betraying their own ideology because of their goals. Playing as somebody who's never played a Baldur's Gate game and doesn't know anything about the location Baldur's Gate, it's very funny how everything in this game is like, to Baldur's Gate, I'll see you at Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate. They just keep saying Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
But they don't explain what Baldur's Gate is, and we don't have the clearest idea of why we're going to Baldur's Gate. And so my only impression of Baldur's Gate is that I'm relatively sure it's where Lae'zel is in the CG at the beginning of the game, and that's it. So everyone talking about Baldur's Gate all the time is very funny.
Yeah. Fascinating.